our channel. My name is Mónica and I'm the head of immigration Spain at Lexidy Boutique. Today I'm going to explain how to get citizenship. We are going to cover from the different pathways of how to get citizenship, the process, as well as the frequent asked questions that a lot of clients have in this regard. First benefit would be that you would become an EU citizen, which means that you will be able to relocate to any EU country without having to request a formal residence permit. The second benefit is that you will be able to vote to our general elections and local elections. This is positive if you wish to enroll in our society. And then the third benefit that also permanent residents have is that you'll be able to work and reside in Spain without having to have a residence permit here. So there are 4 ways of getting Spanish citizenship. The first one is by origin. This means that because of your parents, that one of them or both of them are Spanish, you can get the citizenship if they register you either at the competent civil registry of Spain or if you reside outside of Spain at the competent consulate. The second way of getting citizenship is through residency. This means that if you get a residence permit for Spain, not counting state permits like for example student visas, they don't count. So if you reside for a specific amount of time in Spain, you might be eligible to apply for Spanish citizenship. In this case, for example, people from origin countries of Latin America, Filipinos, Andorra, Portugal, France, they have access to get citizenship by residency after residing for 2 continuous years. There are options where you can get citizenship by residing in Spain for 1 continuous years. For example, if you are married to a Spanish citizen, or if you were born in Spain, or your parents or grandparents were originally from Spain as well. In any case, the general rule is to have resided in Spain for 10 continuous years. But you can ask us and we will let you know which situation you find yourself in order to get Spanish citizenship as soon as possible. In order to apply for Spanish citizenship for residency, it's very important to provide your birth certificate from the country of origin as well as your criminal records. You cannot have criminal records, and also if you don't come from a country where Spanish is the official language, you will have to pass a language exam, and as well, and this applies to everyone, you will also have to pass a test, a social cultural test. So these are the general requirements for getting citizenship by residence. It's very important that even if you submit the application for citizenship by residency, you keep your residency rights in Spain. Because if the citizenship is approved and you have lost your residency rights, you will not be able to finish the process and get the final passport and ID. So basically this process is submitted in front of the competent civil registry of your place of residency or by submitting them online, and here we can help you because we are able to submit your application online. So basically this process is divided in 2 steps. The first step is the application of your citizenship file by online, and the second step would be when the citizenship has been granted to proceed with the oath in front either of the civil registry or notaries that also have competence in that. Whenever you have made the oath, then you will have just to wait for your birth certificate of Spain to arrive. So whenever you have done the oath, the process will be concluded. You will only wait for the birth certificate, and after getting the birth certificate, you will be able to get your passport and your ID. The third option to get citizenship is by option. And what this means? This means that there are some people that might be able to opt for Spanish citizenship if they find themselves in one of the situations that the law provides. The most common cases are if you are a son of a mother or father that were born in Spain and were originally Spanish. And the second one is for those that were or have been under the charge of a Spanish citizen. So basically, you will be able to apply for this if you find in these situations, and this can be submitted either at the Spanish consulate of your place of residency, or even if you are in Spain residing at the competent civil registry here. This is a process that must be done in person, but we can help you to get all the documents reviewed and guide you through every step of this process. And the fourth way of getting citizenship, although it's going to expire soon, is through the law of democratic memory. This is a special law that is going to end by October 21st, 2025, and this is basically addressed to children and grandchildren of Spanish nationals of origin. Also, this is addressed to people that, for example, got citizenship through other laws in the past or through this democratic memory law, and for example, their grandchildren also want to opt for this. You can consult us of different requirements, but basically the process is to get the documents that prove that you had a parent or grandparent that were original Spanish, and to submit the application either at the competent consulate of your place of residency, or if you are residing in Spain, also at the competent civil registry here in Spain. Well, in Spain, the general rule is that you cannot have dual citizenship and you will have to renounce to the original citizenship. But this is only for internal purposes. This means that you cannot use your original citizenship while having to contact the administration of Spain. So you will have to renounce when doing the oath of citizenship, but as mentioned, you will not have to prove that you have renounced to it. You will not have to provide documents from your country of origin showing that you have renounced to it. In any case, there are some countries, for example, Ibero-American countries, Portugal, French citizens, that don't have to renounce to dual citizenship. They can keep the original citizenship, and this means that they will be able to act as citizens, for example, from an Ibero-American country while residing in Spain without the fear of losing Spanish citizenship. So, if you have to move to another country, it is always recommendable to, for example, register at the corresponding Spanish consulate in order to make them know that you are residing there as a Spanish national, and also comply with the rules to keep your citizenship, otherwise you might lose it. This is easy because in the end, as a permanent resident, you will never have the chance of requesting of voting, for example. You will not become a new citizen, and even if you gain the same rights as Spanish citizens in the sense of residing and working rights, you will still have to renew your ID card every 5 years, or if you are an EU family member, every 10 years. But you will be limited because if you leave the country for a certain amount of time, you might lose your permanent residency rights. If you become a Spanish citizen, well, if you reside in Spain or you comply with the rules to keep your citizenship right, you will be able to move to any other place and you will be considered a Spanish national. There are processes for you to bring your family in Spain. However, the requirements will vary depending on the kind of relationship you have with your family member. So you can contact us and we will let you know what is required for that. Here the answer varies as well because it depends on the process that you are engaged. For example, citizenship by residency, it's taken from 6 months to 1 year, 2 years, depending on different aspects of the process. And for example, other kinds of citizenship, if they are conducted in front of the consulate, it might take less than if done from Spain. This is especially because of the lack of resources that Spain has. So there are a lot of applications and it might take longer than if done in front of the consulate where there are less applications. But in any case, I would say that in general, the process might take around 1 year or even longer. So you just have to have patience on the resolution times. So in any case, you can contact Lexidy in order to know the requirements, to explain our situation, and for us to advise you on the best way to get citizenship. It's very important to get a lawyer for that because some documents need to be legalized, apostilled, translated, and so many cases you don't know all these formalities that documents need to have in order to meet with the requirements. So the importance of getting a lawyer for these processes would be to have a double check on all the documents that you need to gather when submitting your citizenship application. Also, if you are applying for citizenship through residency, we will be able to submit the application on your behalf and everything will be conducted online. We will also assist you to get your passport and your ID and also to do the oath of citizenship if done from Spain. So now we are done with all information about getting citizenship in Spain. I hope that this has been helpful and we are here to help you every step of the process. If you wish, you can get in our website, fill out the form, and you will get a free consultation with us. Also, if you have liked the video, you can leave us a like and make a comment about any topics that you would like to be discussed in future videos. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again in another video.